Hey, hey, hey. What's up? What's up? What's up? Let's get into the show. Hey, y'all. What's up? We're back. I told you guys I would be back for my pop-in, and we're here. I am glad you guys had a chance to stop by again. I know you guys I hope you guys had a wonderful time in our Car Chronicles video earlier today. And now we're back. Hey, Ronnie. Hey, Grandma 504. Hey, Shirley Terry. Yes, we're back, honey. She said we're back. We are indeed back. So let's get into the show, okay? I hope everyone has already put the tap that like button, okay? After I fussed y'all out this morning, huh? They're like, damn, Carrie, you fussed us out this morning. No, I'm fussing out the people who be sitting on the like button, okay? But thank y'all so much. All right, I see you all. I see you all. Let's get into the show because we got a good one. All right, it's a pop-in. So y'all know usually for the pop-in, I just do a couple topics and then we get out of there. So I had to extend it just slightly. I hope you guys don't mind because we got a lot of stuff to talk about. The streets are jumping with news today, and baby, I gotta get to it. Let's get into it. Everything said in the video is alleged and in my opinion and is used for fair use and entertainment. Okay, love you guys. Thank y'all for being here. Let's get into it. So as you guys know, today in the Diddy case, rapper Kid Cudi, he testified. So we're going to get into that. There is a testimony transcript. We're going to read it. I'm going to show you guys I have also the video and the pictures where he talked about Diddy blowing up his car. We're going to look at that because I do have it. We're going to get into Remy Ma. We're going to get into Remy Ma going off on Papoose. We're going to get into some Martell Holt news. We're going to get into some more Diddy news. What else was I talking about? I got some more Kandi news for you guys. Yeah, and that's Tory Lanez news too. I got Tory Lanez news. So yeah. We got some good stuff. So let's get into our first topic, child. Let's get into this Kid Cudi news. So Kid Cudi speaks out after testifying in the Diddy trial. He says that this was a stressful situation, and I'm glad that it's behind me. I know that's right, child. I know that's right. So Kid Cudi thanked his supporters after he testified in Diddy's SEX trafficking and racketeering trial. For a full rundown of today's proceedings, they're saying that you can go to their bio. Shout out to the Shade Room. Let's get into what Kid Cudi had to say.
Hey guys, so I just want to say, man, I've been seeing all the love and support, and I just want to say thank you so much, man. People have been hitting me up the past week, just checking in, and even today, and it really means a lot to me, man. You guys are the best. I love y'all. This is a stressful situation. I'm glad it's behind me, and yeah, I love y'all, man. Big love. Go stream Neverland. Hey guys.
All right, so let's get into what it's saying. Kid Cudi testifies about a 2011 home invasion and car fire incident. All right, so it said that Kid Cudi says that I got back in and called Sean Combs again. It says that I was looking for him, says I wanted to fight him. All right. The reason for that is that Kid Cudi said that Diddy answered and told him that he was on his way. Ooh, child. So they're going to fight. Diddy was like, okay, say no more. I'm coming. All right, so the Kid Cudi says that he met Cassie in 2008, but they did not start dating until 2011. Said that Cudi explained that when he started dating, that he understood that she and Sean Combs had some problems, and that they weren't dating anymore. Okay, so it sounds like they might have been on some type of break. I don't know. So Kid Cudi goes on to say that in December of 2011, that law enforcement came to his home because he had a break-in. It says that Cassie called me at 5:30 or 6 o'clock a.m. He said that Sean Combs had found out about us, and he also goes on to say that she asked me to pick her up, so I did. Kid Cudi goes on to say that he spoke with Capricorn Clark. Now, Capricorn Clark is the sister of, it's said to be Lauren London. Y'all know who Lauren London is, okay? Y'all know who Lauren London is. It played in the movie ATL with with T.I., okay? Real pretty light-skinned girl. So Capricorn Clark is supposed to be her sister. Capricorn Clark also worked at Daddy's House, aka Bad Boy Records. She was kind of like maybe like a desk secretary or something like that. But she saw a lot of things, and she knew about the relationship between Cassie and Kid Cudi, but she kept it secret because she didn't want Diddy getting mad. But when Diddy found out that Capricorn Clark knew about it, he beat her up, y'all. Did y'all know that? Allegedly, Diddy, they said that allegedly that Diddy put hands on real bad on Capricorn Clark, and she sued the record label that supports Diddy as well as Bad Boy. She got a nice little check up out of that, but in exchange for her receiving said money, her career was effed up. So she can't even work in the industry no more because Diddy had her blackballed because she went and told on him and sued for her injuries. Like, yeah, she beat up pretty bad, black eye and everything. All right, I think I talked about this on my channel. All right, so let's get back into it. So Kid Cudi, damn. Kid Cudi says that he spoke with Capricorn Clark, who sounded near tears, okay? Says that telling him that Diddy was in a car by Cudi's house. Now, it goes on to say that Cudi said that he then called Diddy, who told him, I'm over here waiting for you. Kid Cudi then says that when he arrived home, outside looked normal, but he found out that his security cameras were not working. So it sounded like somebody jeopardized his cameras. Kid Cudi then testified that his security cameras were moved, but not by him. He also goes on to say that he says that when he got in his home, that gifts that he had purchased from Chanel were opened and that his dog was locked in the bathroom. And he also says that he said that he let his dog roam around. So Kid Cudi says, he says that I got back in and called Sean Combs again. I was looking for him and I wanted to fight him. Of course, he was mad because he knew that Diddy had something to do with it. Said the Kid Cudi then says that Diddy answered and told him, okay, yeah, I'm on my way. So Kid Cudi says that he decided to call the police thinking, I don't know who he has with him or what his intentions are. So he says that he filed a police report that same day about the suspected break-in, okay? So Diddy, of course, was trolling him and doing all of that because he was mad that Cassie was seeing Kid Cudi. Now, so Kid Cudi begins testimony about his car. He said in January of 2012 that he was 45 minutes away from home when his dog watcher called to tell him that his car was on fire, and it was a Porsche, you guys, okay? So he said the court shows jury the images of Kid Cudi's damaged Porsche. It also goes on to say that he said that the damage to my Porsche from the Molotov cocktail says that he said that his friend Chip took the photos. It also goes on to say that it looks like the top of my Porsche was cut open, and that he said that that's where the Molotov cocktail was put in. So it was some type of like explosive unit that was put in the car, and it went kapoof. Okay. And also, let's see, the Kid Cudi describes Diddy as a Marvel supervillain during the direct testimony in the SEX trafficking racketeering trial. Now, I read up on that today as well. Kid Cudi says something about Diddy showed up, I guess, to either confront him or whatever in like a Marvel supervillain outfit. He must have been high on some shit because I don't know nobody in their right mind doing that. But he showed up in like a costume, ready to confront Kid Cudi about Cassie. Okay, like a supervillain suit, according to Kid Cudi. All right. Okay, so let's get into. Oh, child, this is a lot. Lord, oh Lord. All right, so now I'm gonna read. Let me see if the message ain't the same. Okay. Yeah, I don't want to read it again. That's pretty much the same thing. They just broke it down. So that's pretty much his statement, or his testimony rather, that he gave. I really don't want to do the verbatim because it's pretty much almost the same thing that I read. Okay, just maybe one or two words taken out. So yeah, we're not even going to bother that. So that's what was said. All right, that's what was said. We're gonna move on. Let's go ahead and get into the pictures of Kid Cudi's car. The damage that he's claiming that was done by Diddy and his rival, Diddy and his gang. Okay. All right, so says the government evidence reveals image of Kid Cudi's Porsche after it was intentionally torched. Okay, ooh, child, look at this car. I'd be pissed off if my Porsche was like this. Okay, let's get into it. So that's the first picture, as you guys can see. I mean, it don't look like it had a sunroof, but bitch, after they blew it up, it did shit. All right, let's move on. That's a lot of. I know he had a lot of damage. He had to pay a lot of money to get that shit fixed. Okay. Y'all know these foreign cars, honey. The maintenance and upkeep on these foreign cars. So you know he had to spend a bag to look at his seats all burned up. So he had to spend a bag probably to get that fixed. And then of course the top, and then repainting and all that to get his Porsche back to where probably it used to look. I'm pretty sure he had to spend a nice little bag. That's thousands and thousands and thousands. The seats alone gonna run you back a bit. All right, but that's evidence that was put in where Diddy and his people alleged to have done something to Kid Cudi's car. Y'all see that? Look at the damn door. So whatever they put in it, that is the explosive device that they threw down in the top of his damn car. They probably chopped the top off with like a axe or something and threw the explosive device in there to blow it up. But as you guys can see all the smoke and the soot or whatever on the window, and then of course the door is all burned up. The seat is also burned up as well. Whatever it was must have when it fell down through the top, it must have fell over here in this area and burned over here. But as you guys can see, most of the damage, of course, is on the driver's side of the car. But y'all see that? That is crazy. That is crazy. How you just go up and blow up somebody's car? So that's a crime to Diddy. So they're gonna charge your ass with that too. I would make him pay for that shit. I would ask for back pay on that. I damn sure would. I would. All right, let's get into some Tory Lanez news, child. Let's get these rappers out the way before we get into the mess. Tory Lanez, got an update on him. Y'all know he was starved 14 times while he was in the prison from a rival gang member. And let's go ahead and get into what it said. The update says that Tory Lanez has been transferred to a different prison after being starved 14 times. We got to say it that way for YouTube's sake. Shout out to Spiritual Word. Okay. Tory Lanez, whose real name is Daystar Peterson, was reportedly transferred to a different prison facility following an alleged starving incident where he was attacked 14 times. Now, it says that the incident reportedly occurred at the California Correctional Institution, okay, where Lanez was serving a 10-year sentence for the 2020 pound of Megan Thee Stallion. Now, sources claimed that the attack was, of course, gang related, involving members of the Bloods. Ooh, that's dangerous. It says that and Lanez sustained non-life-threatening injuries. It says that he was subsequently moved to North Kern State Prison in Delano, California, for his safety. It says that the California Department of Corrections and Rehabilitation has not officially confirmed the details of the incident or the transfer, says it's citing privacy and security concerns. Okay. So, of course, they're going to have to keep it on the hush-hush if he wants to be protected. It really doesn't matter where he goes. He is a high-profile individual. So wherever they place him, they're going to have to put him in some type of protective custody because the Bloods are everywhere. I mean, you moving from this prison, you moving to another prison, the Bloods are there too. So they do have ways of putting the word out to other people if they want something done to him. And I'm not saying that they should, but I'm just saying that's how the gang work. Okay, if they trying to get you over here, they put the word out, and especially if the word out is to take you out, then if they don't get you here, even though they move you, they still have people over here who can carry out said things. So I really hope that Tory have not found himself into some deep shit while he's in prison, because he do have a lot of mouth. As y'all know, the last pictures I showed y'all, Tory honey been working out. Tory, let me see if I still got it. I think I still might have it. Okay, let me see. Let me go back because I know I don't get rid of nothing. Let me see if I still got the picture of Tory Hunter, but he's all buff. I said, damn, bro, you've been lifting some weights while you was up in there. Hold up, because I know I got it. Yeah, there you go. All right, let's get that up. Y'all see Tory? He went in small. The picture I just showed y'all, now look at him here. He's like Cop Diesel right here. Cop Diesel. This is the most recent picture of Tory Lanez. Like, he been in there on this shit. Boom. Okay, he been in there lifting weights, honey. He better lift some, because baby, they on your ass in this, sir. Okay, but yeah, honey, let's continue. So Tory's been moved to another prison facility. Like I said, the Bloods are after him. Child, that's a dangerous situation, child, when you got the gang after you. But prayers to him. I hope he figure out his situation, child. I hope they don't take him out in there. All right, prayers. He do make some good music, but he is very problematic, and he stay on the fighting and the bullshit. So let's move on, okay? Because we got to get into some Kandi Burruss news. Got an update on Kandi, child. I'm about sick of her in this situation with her damn mama. I'm sick of it now. I'm ready to take my bet off on her and Mama Joyce. Let's get into it. All right, so Kandi says that Mama Joyce and Todd still don't get along. Now, Kandi and Todd been married for 10, 12 years now. Mama Joyce still mad, and I know why. I think Mama Joyce is mad because Todd done moved in and Todd is getting her cut of the money. Now, y'all know when Kandi was just single, that all that money was being trickled down to Mama Joyce. She was able to get that money. But now that Todd is in the picture, Kandi is making money decisions with Todd. And Mama Joyce don't like it. She don't like it when she asks Kandi for something that Kandi might say, well, let me talk to Ty, my husband. She don't like that because, first of all, when Kandi was single, she didn't really have to go through nobody else but Kandi. So now that Todd is in the picture, Mama Joyce, I feel like she's kind of a little worried that maybe whatever is going to be left to her, if something happened to Kandi, that she got to go through another person, which would be her husband. But I know Kandi to be a really nice, strong businesswoman, smart businesswoman. I know that she's handling whatever she's going to leave for her mother. I think that she's going to have that taken care of, as well as her children. Okay. But what? No. Yeah, so that's what that is. So let's get into what she had to say about this situation with Mama Joyce and doggone Todd. I really don't know what the beef would be about. I don't know. But then again, we don't live with these people, so we don't know. But from what we saw on TV, I don't see Todd as being problematic. He's apologized to her on national television and said, hey, I don't have an issue with you. You're Kandi's mom. I respect you. But, you know, Mama Joyce, she's just very fucking evil. And I said it before. Look at how she tried to ruin Kandi's wedding to Todd. Y'all saw the pictures when they were taking family pictures and group pictures at Kandi's wedding. Mama Joyce deliberately stood there making frowned up faces and trying to make Kandi's pictures look bad because she was mad that Kandi and Todd were getting married. She was trying to fight Todd's mama, rest in peace to her. Okay, it was just a crazy situation. She's very, very, very spoiled. And y'all know that Kandi blasted her mother at one of the reunions on Real Housewives of Atlanta to say that Mama Joyce had a gambling problem and that she was writing checks on Kandi's account. And Kandi checked her on that. So sound like Mama Joyce was maybe stealing some money. That's why I said that I feel like it's money related. I feel like it's money related. She don't want Todd in the way and married to Kandi because he's in the way. Okay, so yeah, she was writing checks on Kandi's accounts unbeknownst to Kandi because that's what Kandi said. It sounds like Mama Joyce got a little problem. All right, yeah, let's get into it.
Neil says, how's your mother and Todd getting along? Not great. Let's see. Friday, they did pretty good. The kids, Ace and Blaze, had graduated from their school. So they was doing pretty good. But by the time I got back from my trip the other day, my mom wasn't. She wasn't feeling me again. She was back to not feeling us. So hopefully it'll change. Y'all just don't know what I really like. This stuff that y'all see online, that stuff is like, who cares? But the stuff that I really be dealing with, y'all just do not understand, okay? Danielle says, how's your mother and Todd getting along? Not great. Let's see. Friday, they did pretty good. The kids, Ace and Blaze.
I don't like that. And I feel like this needs to come from Kandi. Kandi, this is your mother. I don't feel like it is Todd's place to check your mama. So you keep putting Todd in a position to where he's going to have to one day check your mama. And then you're going to be mad and be fussing at him. When Mama Joyce get out of line when it comes to your husband, you got to check that shit. It's up to Kandi. Kandi do that stupid laugh. Like that shit funny. It's not funny. It's not funny, okay? Todd is your husband. So as of right now, Todd come before your mama a little bit. I mean, that's your mama. But Todd is your husband. You leave and cleave, okay? Leave and cleave, baby. That's your husband. And not to say that, you know, your mama's not important. It is. But in this situation, you got to check your mama and tell her, fall back. This is my husband, mama. And I cannot allow you to keep disrespecting him. It would be nice when you are around him. You don't have to like him, but it's a respect thing, just like you want him to respect you. I'm not going to allow him to fly off and just talk greasy to you, just like I don't think that you should be acting that way towards him. After 10 or so years of y'all being married, she should be okay now. She should not be acting the same way she was acting when you and Todd first announced that y'all were dating. It still should not be that way. I mean, Riley done grew up, got out of the house, went to college, about to graduate, and Mama Joyce is still running around with her face balled up like she ate a whole fucking bowl of lemons when Todd is in the building. Like, it should not be that way. And it has to come from Kandi. I feel like Kandi don't want to check her mama. We saw it on the show. Everybody's been telling Kandi since before time, Kandi, you need to check your mama. Kandi, you need to say something to your mama. Mama Joyce was on the show going off on Phaedra. She wouldn't check Phaedra, but as soon as Phaedra said something to Mama Joyce, then she want to say something. Don't you check my mama? Well, you check her. You check her. If you don't want nobody checking and saying something to your mama, you do it, Kandi. And that's the problem I have with Kandi. She sit back and be too nonchalant, but her mama just be so mouthy and like this, all up in Candi's business with her friends, saying little slick shit. But then when they pop off, like who was that? I think it was Kenya said something about Mama Joyce's wig. Then Kandi want to get mad. But Mama Joyce can say whatever she want to say to anybody else and don't never check nobody. She don't never check nobody. but I don't like it. So Kandi, you need to step up, check your mama about the situation between her and Todd. I feel like Todd has tried to be cordial towards your mama, but your mama is a lot, and we've seen it. She done tried to fight Carmen. Y'all remember Carmen whenever Kandi was at the bridal shop trying to do her fittings for her dresses to get married to Todd? She was over there taking her shoe off, about to fight Carmen. Like, y'all remember that shit. It is a mess. Oh my God. Check your mama. Okay. Let's move on. Got no more for Kandi. All right. So let's get into, close that. Oh, I hate these pop-up ads on TMZ. Shout out to TMZ while we're talking about them. All right. So today, also another person who testified in the Diddy case is Cassie's makeup artist, and she talks about Cassie's face was all beat up after an incident with Diddy. Well, when was she not beat up? This shit is just crazy. It sounds like every time Diddy got mad, that Cassie became a punching bag. All right, I don't know why he was so fucking violent. A lot of this, I feel like, may have been him on drugs a lot, because you know, a person who takes drugs and be high all the time. I mean, go back and look at Ike Turner, how he was doing with Tina. Tina would be in the studio singing, he just come in there and pow. Be like, what was that for? And then go buy some flowers. I'm sorry, I'm sorry. Let's go get on stage and sing tomorrow. Like, everything's supposed to be fine. And the same with Diddy. He would beat up Cassie and then go buy her expensive gifts. Who was that? I was looking at the video. Oh, Shine. Shine was saying that Diddy and Cassie were, I think, in Paris or somewhere. He spent $500,000 on her. That was an I'm sorry gift, because he was gonna go right back and do the same shit again. So that was let me beat you up a little bit, then I want you to stay. I'm gonna give you these expensive gifts. All of them gonna be in my name now, just in case you decide to leave me. But it's yours while you're here. Okay, it's that type of control. You got men that's that way. Okay, gonna buy me some shit and put it in your name. Nah, I need a pink slip on that. All right, with my name on it. Thank you. So let's get into what's said here, because Cassie's makeup artist, she spoke up in court on behalf of Cassie, another nail in Diddy's coffin. Let's get into it, child. All right, let's go ahead and share so y'all can see with me, because I don't like to give you guys tea when you can't see. All right, one piece of tea I'm gonna have to give y'all. Well, I'm still gonna show some receipts, but yeah. All right, let's get into it, child. All right, so you guys can see here, celeb makeup artist Cassie states that Cassie's face was all beat up after an incident with Diddy. Let me put on my trigger warning, because baby, this might get a little triggering, and I don't want nobody in the chat like, oh my God, caramel. So fair warning, honey, before we get into it, and we get ready to get into some deep stuff. Okay, let's go. All right, so prayers to anyone that's ever dealt with any type of domestic issues, violence, or anything of that nature. Okay, prayers to you guys, and I hope no one is triggered while we're discussing this. Okay, because I want to be very respectful. So let's get into it. Though, a former makeup artist for Diddy and Cassie just testified for the prosecution in Diddy's federal SEX trafficking trial in New York. And she told the jury that she saw injuries to Cassie's face after an altercation with Diddy following a Grammy party at Prince's house. All right. And this was back in these pictures, as you guys can see, are in 2010. She was beautiful here. Pretty red lips. Yes. No homo. All right. Mila Morales says that during Grammy weekend, that in 2020 and 2010 says that she went to a party with Cassie at Prince's Los Angeles estate, and then they went back to a hotel room. She says that Diddy bursted into the room and asked, "Where the F is she?" meaning Cassie. Morales told jurors that Diddy went into a room where Cassie was and shut the door. And Morales said that she heard screaming and yelling. She also goes on to say that she testified that Diddy stormed out, and then a distraught Cassie emerged with a swollen eye, busted lip, and knots all over her head. My God. All right. So it says that the makeup artist said that she packed Cassie's belongings and then they went back to her house. Excuse me, I just drank some. Where she stayed for a few weeks. Okay. I drank too much water, y'all. I'm sorry. I was trying to get my water in. I drank too much water. So said that she said that a friend who was a doctor came over to examine Cassie and recommended Cassie go to the ER, but Cassie refused and didn't want to talk to the cops. Because, if you get beat up and you go to the emergency room, the police do have to be involved. A police report has to be taken according to how, that works. That's just how it works. Anybody coming in, that's just, if you don't want to take out a police report on somebody, don't go to the ER, because it's their job to call the police and say, hey, this person was abused and assaulted, and this is a crime now. All right, so Morales said that she was afraid of Diddy and feared for her safety as well, okay? Because y'all know Diddy was nothing for him to turn his anger on people who work for him, because they ain't going to say nothing, because he threatened them with people come up missing. Remember, he said that to Don Richard. She goes on to testify that she did later do some media interviews about Cassie and Diddy's relationship and the 2010 incident and said that she sold some photos to CNN for $1,000. Ooh, child. So she did talk. And she got a bag off of that too. So that's unfortunate that she happened to see that, but that's great. That was great. That's a great testimony for Cassie on her side in terms of Diddy being that way to her, being abusive towards her. So he had her in a situation, I believe, where she was definitely scared to leave. And if she did try to leave, he would stalk her, he would harass her, and probably abuse her as well for trying to get away. We saw that. Everybody saw the CNN video by now where he was kicking, hitting, pushing, throwing a vase at her, all of the above. So shout out to Miss Morales for giving her testimony today, because like I said, that's another nail in Diddy's coffin. Let's get into, oh yeah, let me play this too while we're talking about Diddy and Cassie. Lauren London, I mentioned her earlier, okay? I mentioned Lauren London earlier. Well, we talked about her sister. Okay, who also was hit by Diddy and had to file file a lawsuit on Diddy to where she got paid. Capricorn, okay, Capricorn Clark is her name. And she is said to have gotten it, like I told you guys, a lump sum of money from that, but she was also blackballed from the industry by Diddy and his people. So Wack 100, you guys, for those of you who don't know him, Wack 100, he is heavy in the game, child. He be out there with the gang and the people. But Wack 100 claims that Lauren London and Nipsey Hussle were involved in the Diddy and Cassie freak-offs. Did y'all know that? I never knew that. I don't know if I believe it or not. I don't know, but anything is possible. You never know what some of these celebrities be down with, because a lot of these celebrities like that swinger situation. Look at T.I. and Tiny. Look at Todd and Kandi. Like, it's a lot of them. Look at Will Smith and Jada. Like, who knows, right? A lot of celebrities like that swinger type situation. But according to Wack 100, he is claiming that Lauren London and Nipsey were involved in some of Diddy and Cassie's freak-offs. And it said that also Lauren London introduced Cassie to Diddy. Now, from what I was understood to have known is that Ryan Leslie introduced. So was there a introduction prior to Ryan Leslie introducing Cassie to Diddy? That's my question. Was there another introduction that we don't know about? Because according to what this person is saying, he's saying that Lauren London, who I saw pictures because I went and looked. There's a lot of pictures out there with Lauren London hanging out with Cassie, like real heavy. Like when you see Lauren London, you see Cassie. When you see Cassie, you see Lauren London. And Capricorn Clark hung out with them as well as another girl. But she really did hang out a lot with Cassie. So my question is, was there a meeting before Ryan Leslie brought her to Bad Boy to be introduced to Diddy to talk about a record deal where Diddy pretty much made up his mind that he was going to start pimping her out versus having her as an artist, and locked her in that 10 album deal so that he can do all these freak offs and prostitute her out for money, for freak offs, for total strangers that they were meeting offline, Craigslist to be exact. So that's what I'm saying. I don't know. I wasn't there. Somebody said, what? I really hope not. I hope not too, right? Lauren, let me find out, girl. But let's get into what he had to say. Shout out to the bitch gossip, because that's where we heard it.
Lauren London and Cassie's best friends.
Is she?
Nipsey doing interviews saying Laura's the one introduced me to Diddy.
Shut up. Are you for real?
Sitting here acting like y'all don't see what's going on. Everybody, because they don't want to say, damn, Wack called it. Yeah, just with the other baby mama, but they...
Oh, that's crazy work right there.
Damn.
Wack just woke it up that
crazy.
That Lauren London and Cassie have been like best friends, and that it was Lauren London who introduced Diddy to Cassie. Huh?
Lauren London introduced Diddy to Nipsey.
Oh, there we go. Other way. Sorry.
Yeah, so you got to remember. Now you looking at what type of circle. Listen, that's his best friend. He didn't freak that bitch too. Believe that. Lauren London and Cassie's best friends. Lauren London and Cassie were best friends. Okay, so you're not gonna tell me her and Nipsey and whatever, or her and Diddy and all them ain't had their fun. You're not gonna tell me that. I'm not no fool. I'm looking at how Cassie moving. We understand what that is with Lauren, right? Even though y'all want to look at her like she no, we ain't doing that. Obviously, Nipsey was into the freak offs, just with the other baby mama. See, you're not gonna get me to believe that her and the best friend didn't enjoy a time or two, maybe in the penthouse floor in the London Ritz somewhere, you just not gonna give me to believe it. I'm looking how he swinging.
Yeah.
Just gonna keep it real.
Yeah. You're not best friends, and you ain't did.
But at this point, the whole industry would in.
Lauren London and Cassie were best friends.
Y'all hear that?
Okay.
Now, I ain't say it. I didn't say it, but that's what they said. That you know, Lauren London we might have been participated a time or two in a few freak offs. I don't know. I know she and Cassie were really good friends, and they hung out. Y'all go pull up Google Cassie and Lauren London, and you see a whole heap of pictures. That's a lot. That means a lot. A whole heap of pictures of the two of them hanging together a lot. So, you know, and I know Cassie said that majority of the time she was in freak off. So if you were hanging around Lauren London a lot, then that kind of makes a little bit of sense. I don't know. We're trying to put two and two together. I don't know. Like I said, I wasn't there. I ain't want to be there. I ain't care to be there. I don't know about Nipsey. Rest in peace to him. I don't know. I don't want his brother Black Sam calling me up like, Cameron, why is you talking about that? I ain't talking about it. Black Sam. Y'all know that's his brother who looks just like him. Shout out to Black Sam. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, Nipsey did say in his song, grinding all my life or whatever, you know, all my life, grinding all my life. Hey, sacrifice. Got to sacrifice. Hey, y'all know that's what he said, y'all. Grinding all my life. That was the name of the song. So I don't know. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know. We'll spin the block on it though. I'm gonna get off that because yeah, rest in peace to Nipsey because he was part of Gang too. And his brother is now taking over. His brother Black Sam has taken over all of his businesses, and I hear that they're doing very well. So I have nothing negative to say about Nipsey because I like Nipsey. I was a fan of Nipsey. And rest in peace to him. And shout out to Lauren London. Okay. Woo, child. Let's get out that. All right, let's get into some Remy Ma news, child. Remy Ma, because she is snapping off on Papoose again, child. I said, Lord, can these two just go ahead and get divorced? Now, according to Remy, she said the divorce and all that shit is filed. She already got her attorney. She's saying that Papoose don't have an attorney, and she questioned his finances in terms of if he has any finances to get an attorney so they can move this divorce along. Yeah, she addresses Clarissa Shields, talking about her, mentioning her in an interview, all of that. So let's get into what Remy had to say, because you know she's gonna throw some jabs and subliminals, and the only jab she gonna throw, honey, is in an interview. She damn sure ain't gonna get in the ring and throw none, but let's entertain it anyway. All right, shout out to the Shade Room. Let's go.
In 2008, that's not who this is now. Now he's a wife. Listen, this is what I would like. Papoose, you have my lawyer's information. If you can't afford to retain a lawyer, since your lawyer that the number you gave us has not been retained yet, I told you I'll paper it. If somebody over there that loves you wants to paper it, great. That will make me happy. Everything is signed and ready to go. I don't want nothing. I'm not even asking for child support. My daughter's school, her babysitter, her nanny, her gymnastics, her swimming, her dancing, her healthcare, her all of that. I take care of it like I've always done. I don't need anything. Stop making married in 2008. I don't care who brought up what. It's nothing for you to be like, I don't want to talk about that. It's nothing to be like, so before you even start, like, yeah. We not touch on that. Let's talk about what I have coming up. If that's really the case. I don't care who brought up what. It's nothing.
It's the elephant in the room. I don't have to say it.
All right, so this is what Clarissa had to say. She just did an interview the other day with Breakfast Club, and she mentions Remy Ma. So let's get into this.
I don't know.
In his personal life.
Oh,
yeah, it's the elephant in the room. Like, yeah. but that takes time. And like I said, that's not my place to speak on. You know what I'm saying? Like, it'll get handled. I just know that from my perspective, I'm with him every day. And when I'm not with him, we're on the phone every day and we're talking and we're FaceTiming, and you know, we love each other. So that's just kind of what it is. You know what I'm saying? But hey, it's a situation and it is what it is.
I'm assuming you mean like you want to wait till the divorce is like official. Did that keep you from like giving your all?
No. No, because we're together all the time.
So the all is already given, is what she's saying.
Yeah, that's it. We already talk. We talk about so many different things, and I'm 30, so we talk about kids and family and stuff like that. But like, that still has to get taken care of. But like, you know, once again, it's not. It's not for me. It's the elephant in the room. When somebody is just truthful with you from the beginning, but there is no secrets, it's just, hey, this is what it is. And do you accept or do you not accept? That's kind of what it was. And he's been truthful from the beginning. Women are women. I don't know what else to say. Like, I don't have any ill will toward any women. And I don't have any ill will toward her. You know.
So y'all haven't spoke or nah?
No, I mean, she made her post and whatever, and that was about it. But like I said, women are women. They're very emotional creatures. You know what I'm saying? And I think that was just, I don't know what it was. I don't know if it was emotions or I don't know what it was because I don't know her and she don't know me. When somebody is just truthful with you, friend.
All right, so Clarissa says she don't have a problem with Remy Ma, like she's making these posts or whatever. Maybe she's just in her emotions still. It could be that I'm not gonna say she don't still have love for Papoose. They have a child together. She did step out and cheat with Easy to Block, and I'm hearing that she and Easy to Block have now broken up. So Remy is single. Maybe she's thinking about, I don't know. She talking that big talk online, like, yeah, I've already did that. Just sign the paper. He don't have no attorney. I'll pay for it. Well, obviously somebody don't want a divorce. Papoose, he's avoiding it because if that's all that has to be done, is she's offering to pay for what needs to be paid for so that you guys can move to the next phase, which means divorce. If that's what you guys are going to do, maybe Papoose is not ready to let that go and he just want to play a little bit. You have some men that are that way. Even though it's easy going over here and sign and say, hey, I'm done. They're not ready to be done all the way. Because he and Remy do still live in the same house. I told y'all that, was it this morning or yesterday? He and Remy do still live in the same house. So while he's dating Clarissa, and that has to bother her. So Remy just confirmed that Papoose ain't really got no money like that. She said, I ain't asking for no child support because she know that'll hurt him. He ain't got no money. So that's why he's following around Clarissa. Clarissa, she got a bag. Y'all know she's a heavyweight champion. She's a fighter. She got money. She got a bag, and he going to hang up under her because she is giving him gifts and, helping his lifestyle. So being with her is A+, just like being with Remy was a plus because Remy got money too. So she's saying, hey, it's nothing. He want to go on and get the divorce. I already did my part of what needs to be done. And hey, I ain't going to ask him for no child support. I ain't after him. Hell, I'll go ahead and pay his attorney's fees or whatever need to be done. Bitch, just sign. But it's given that he, still want to hold on to this just in case this shit over here don't work out and he can go back. Do I feel like Remy still got love for him? I do. Do I still feel like Papoose still have love for her? I do. Because you ain't letting go. You ain't moving forward. You ain't signing shit. We'll listen to it one more time. Then we'll move on. This is what she said.
Married in 2008. That's not who this is now. Now he's a wife. Listen, this is what I would like. Papoose, you have my lawyer's information. If you can't afford to retain a lawyer, since your lawyer that the number you gave us has not been retained yet, I told you I'll pay for it. If somebody over there that loves you wants to pay for it, great. That will make me happy. Everything is signed and ready to go. I don't want nothing. I'm not even asking for child support. My daughter's school, her babysitter, her nanny, her gymnastics, her swimming, her dancing, her healthcare, her all of that. I take care of it like I've always done. I don't need anything. Stop making married in 2008. That's not who this is now. Now he's a wife. Listen.
They saying, girl, stop the nonsense. I don't know what to think, y'all. I don't know. We're going to see how this play out because something's being held up for a reason. She said everything is ready to go. Everything is signed on her end. She's paid what needs to be paid. She's just waiting on Papoose to do what needs to be done. So if he's holding it up and he ain't moving forward for whatever reason or giving her the okay to go ahead and pay his portion so they can be done, it says to me that there might be something still there. So we'll see what it gives, child. I don't know. Let's move on, child. I'm sick of them. All right, so let's get into some Martell Holt news, and then we got to get out of here, child. All right, so as you guys may know, and I told you guys that Martell Holt is upset with Carlos King about the new alleged season, child. I'm hearing rumors. Let me go ahead and put that out there. I'm hearing the rumors are saying that Love and Marriage Huntsville is set to, if they come back, it will be mid-June. I know June is coming up here soon in a few weeks. They're saying mid-June. If the show is coming back, it will be around mid-June. So I don't know. Again, they still have not announced anything. They still have not done a promo in terms of dates or what's going to be happening on the next season. Y'all know that, and that's weird for Carlos and Kingdom Reigns Production as well as OWN. Whenever they have a show, we know way months in advance what's going to happen. They show previews of the new season, who's going to be on the season, what's going to happen, you know, all of that. We haven't seen anything. When the date of the new season will be dropping. We haven't heard that, but I'm hearing a rumor that mid-June is when they're trying to get the show back on the air. So I don't know what's going on behind the scenes with OWN or whatever, because I'm hearing that there was some type of meeting with Carlos King and OWN or whatever about of course, you know, Melody quitting the show and what the direction of the show will be, and if they can actually save the show, as well as other employees on his other shows, Bell Collective quitting the show as well. So they're scrambling, trying to figure out how they're going to make this situation work. Yes, they filmed scenes. Yes, they've already shot their promo pictures, I'm hearing, for Love and Marriage Huntsville, but there's some issues. There's some troubled water when it comes to this damn show, and it's with Martell Holt. All right, so as you guys can see on my screen, Carlos King, Martell is no longer following Carlos King because he's upset that Carlos have cut a lot of his scenes. They're not feeling his storyline. I don't think they want to work with Ariane. I know that Carlos was saying before, when they had a lot of issues with Ariane before, with Martell getting all this trouble, and it was related to Ariane, and then Ariane showed up to the set and caused some problems. Carlos was saying he didn't want to work with her. She ran her mouth too much. She was too disrespectful. You guys remember me talking about that. So Martell is upset because he wanted production and Kingdom Reign Entertainment to film his real life. He kept saying, if you ain't gonna film my real life, then don't film me at all. So I guess he was trying to maybe threaten Carlos King and his production team, as well as OWN, that you know, if they didn't give him his way or give him what he wanted, he was maybe going to walk, or which he can't. And I think they called his bluff, because Carlos knows that Martell doesn't have anything else going on. Martell ain't got shit else going on. He ain't got no money coming from nowhere else. His wine, he was trying to relaunch that again. I'm hearing he don't have the money to pay the distributor, so that's still going nowhere. I don't think nobody's really checking for the incest wine anyway. So everything that Martell's trying to do is failing, including this damn storyline that he's trying to pitch for the show. So I feel like what they're going to be filming, from what I'm told as well, is that they're going to be following what's going to be going on with his upcoming court cases to show as much of that as they can. But from what I'm also hearing, they cannot mention Melody's name in any of the new show, because that's not what she wants. She does not want to be mentioned. She's no longer on the show. She doesn't want anyone to use her as their storyline or anything about her. Her business is anything. They don't want her mentioning anything about her. So that kind of ties Martell's hands, because that's been his storyline since he's been on the show. He and Melody were married when they first came on. They share kids together. With the divorce, that Martell has been hanging on to this damn divorce storyline since forever, still trying to talk about it even after their divorce. Well, you did that to me. Like, who cares? You're divorced now 6 years after the fact. You still don't have shit to talk about. You don't have no businesses. Your only situation is you're fighting with Ariane, and it sounds like he's supposed to be trying to be dating someone else as well. So they're not trying to show that on the show. Carlos is not trying to entertain that. I feel like he's tired of Martell, but I feel like he feels sorry for Martell. He knows Martell has nothing else, and that probably will make him spiral out of control even more. Or maybe he might have some stuff on Carlos to where he might, because you know how Martell is, when you piss him off, he gonna tell all your fucking business. That's what I feel. So I feel like Carlos is, letting him hang on by a string and letting him stay on the show, even though he really doesn't have much to talk about, or anything to talk about for that matter, because he feels a way about, letting him go, and he ain't got shit else going on. So he's gonna let him earn a little bag, okay? But as you guys can see, he and Carlos are not having the best time or being friends right now. He's not seeing it for Carlos. He unfollowed him. And also it's saying that, let me get my notes. That I had to take notes, child. Hold on. Make sure I tell y'all everything. Oh, Martell is also blaming Carlos not only for cutting his scenes after he unfollowed him. I'm hearing that another reason is that he's blaming Carlos and production, which is Kingdom Reigns Entertainment, for putting him in situations on the show to demise his relationship with Melody. Like, after the fact, he's showing that the contention between he and Melody, he blames that on production and Carlos King because of the certain scenes that they put him in. One in particular is, y'all remember the scene, and I'm gonna play it for y'all to refresh your memory here in a second, where Carlos and production begged Martell to go out and buy some flowers, where he met Melody in the cafe, and this is where Melody exposed Martell to tell the whole entire world that Martell could not feed the kids. And she wore this little tight little outfit, and Martell kept apologizing. I'm sorry. Martell is saying that production put him up to do that particular scene. He's saying he didn't want to, but he did it anyway. As you guys also know, Melody had her security there because during that time, Martell and Melody were going through a really, really bad time where Martell was popping up at her house and stuff. So Melody got security, and she asked that security be on the show as well. In any scenes that she filmed, especially with Martell, because he was doing the most. But Martell is blaming Carlos as well as his production team, Kingdom Reigns Entertainment, for destroying his relationship with Melody by putting him or asking him to be put in certain situations on the show and turning up a little bit more for ratings sake, like screaming up and running up on Melody like he want to fight her, and that whole, he's trying to say he was acting, but he's saying that production asked him to be in those situations to help with ratings. Do y'all believe that? I believe that's just how he is. I believe that's how he is. I believe that the argument that took place at that cafe where Melody said, hey, I got to go. And Martell knew that she had a date maybe out of town or when she was flying out. And Martell was following her out of the cafe and was arguing with her. And Melody was like, you can't even feed the kids. And I got to go feed the kids because you ain't got the money when I drop them off. That pissed him off. So they got into this heated exchange. So Martell is trying to blame production. I think he's trying to fix his image as well. So he got to blame somebody. So it's going to be Carlos King and his production team, Kingdom Reigns Entertainment. Now, we all know that Kingdom Reigns Entertainment do be putting people in fucked up situations, kind of like they did So Gucci and Selena, when both of them weren't supposed to be around each other because there was a whole restraining order against Selena for putting hands on So Gucci. But Carlos and his production team still put them in scenes and made them film together for ratings because he knew that's what people wanted to see. So suppose something would have popped off and they would have got to fighting, Selena would have been in jail because she know what the order says, that you're not supposed to be around said person. So Carlos is notorious in terms of his production team as well for putting his cast in situations that are dangerous. We know about Las Vegas when Mel and Martell got into it and almost got into a fight. We know about in the desert in Las Vegas when they were there. We know about when they went to Texas when Martell flew off and ran up in Melody's face, and several other situations on the show. So yeah, that's what Martell is saying, that he blames Carlos and his production team for the demise of he and Mel's relationship, to where they can't get along and Mel can't be around him and she has all this security and making him look a certain type of way on TV because he's saying, I'm this mellow person. I'm not the person that I've been portrayed on TV, but I blame Carlos and his production teams. He can't get to Melody at all. He can't talk to Melody unless it pertains to the kids. He's not supposed to be around her at all, and he blames production. But I feel like it's shit that you've been doing off the scenes, and let's go ahead and prove that, because in this scene, Melody is going to tell him, you've been doing shit off the record. Like, you get up here and pretend like you don't do shit, but you're doing everything. This is what Melody is telling him. Let me go ahead and refresh your memory. And this is just a small clip. Okay, shout out to On, because that's what we're going to look at it. All right. This is where, and this is the scene that I'm talking about when Martell said that production put him in a situation to bring Melody flowers and pretty much apologize to her and try to make things right, because they wanted them to film more scenes together, because that's that's what the viewer and audience wanted, to see more of Melody and Martell being in scenes together. Let's get into
I don't do anything toward you.
Okay.
I've been waving that white flag for so long now. Like,
yeah, and see, that's where the problem comes in. You pretend wave a white flag while you doing other stuff behind the scenes.
I don't do anything toward you.
Okay.
I've been waving that white flag for so long now. Like,
yeah, and see, that's where the problem comes in. You pretend wave a white flag while you doing other stuff behind the scenes.
All right, so in this scene here, and this is the same scene I was talking about, where Martell says that Carlos and his production team, Kingdom Reigns Entertainment, reached out to him, told him to go and buy Melody some flowers, because at that point, Melody said, I'm not filming with him. I don't want to film no scenes with Martell. Don't ask me. It's a hell no. So production reached out to Melody and also asked her, please, please, please film this scene with Martell. We need a scene from you guys, because at that time, the ratings were sucky. So the ratings are always good when there's an exchange between Mel and Martell. In this scene, Martell is saying that production, Kingdom Reigns Entertainment, and Carlos asked him to go out and buy Mel flowers. Everybody that know Melody knows she likes flowers. So Martell went out and bought these flowers. He concocted this scene at this coffee shop and asked Melody to meet him there. Production also talked Melody into coming. She brought her security team. If you guys go back and look at that particular episode, Melody kept looking up and You could see Martell actually doing this. His eyes would dance because Melody's security, there were two security, one here, one here. All right. Melody talked about it also on her live once before. But Melody, as you guys can see, she didn't want to do this scene. She didn't, because she already knew what it was going to be, an argument with Martell. At this point, she was tired. She was drained. Martell does not take accountability, but he did say that he was coerced into buying flowers to film this scene to help with ratings on the show with Melody, at which Melody embarrassed the fuck out of him by telling the whole entire world that when you got your kids on your week with them, you can't take care of them. You can't feed them. You can't do shit. Okay. And Martell was like, what do? I ain't do anything. And Mel was like, nigga, you do everything. She called him, what she called him? The Captain Chaos. Y'all remember? Melody called him Captain Chaos. But yeah, that's what it is. That is what it is and what's going on with Martell, you guys. So that's the tea on Martell. So you guys, if the show comes back, you'll see Martell, but not very much in the season because Carlos has cut a lot of his scenes from the show. So that's what it is. So you got it right here. Okay. You got it right here. You got it right here. All right. So let me see. Do I have anything else? I think that's it. Yeah, that's it. That is it. All right. So that is it. I hope you guys enjoyed this pop in. I extended it just slightly. You guys can put in the chat what y'all think about the topics we talked about. We talked about Kid Cudi testifying, Remy Ma popping off on Papoose. We talked about Tory Lanez being moved to another prison to avoid any other altercations. We talked about Martell Holt airing out Carlos King and his production team, and of course unfollowing Carlos and their tension between the two of them. We talked about some Diddy updates as well as Kandi Burruss and Mama Joyce news, okay, including Todd. But that is it, guys. Please don't forget to hit the like button. I appreciate you guys coming back to support the video. Belle Wilson, KBR Tyra, Scorpion Miss, Rose Armstead, and True TV Podcast. Thank y'all so much for modding, okay? Of course, thank you to all of my caramelians for coming back and all the content creators that stopped in for the video as well, okay? I will be seeing you guys. Let me take my trigger warning down, child, because we're done with that. We will be seeing you guys a little bit later. I'm going to try to pop back in a few hours with some more tea and news I know you guys can use, all right? Enjoy your Thursday. Until the next one, I will see you guys later. And goodbye.
Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 yo, go, go. Hustle hard, hustle every single day. I'll be making moves till I'm buried in my grave. To the system, I don't wanna be a slave. I've been doing shit my way, or the highway. And in the driveway is a nice range. Cause I grind through the climb, I invite pain. You'll never hear me, bitch, nah, I don't complain. Just gotta flip the switch and you can go and obtain anything you want, anything you need. Your mind's got the key ingredient, it's belief. They'll deceive with the negativity, but I just slide right by that energy. Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still